In this video, I'm going to show you how to add columns from examples in Excel without needing any coding. So we're going to do this in Power Query. We're going to go to data from table range as long as your data is in an Excel table. And then this will bring us into Power Query. And what we can do is just go up to add column and then choose column from examples and give the Power Query examples of what we're trying to do, and it'll figure out the formula without us having to write it or come up with any functions. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get the number of days between the ship date and the order date. And I'm just going to put this in. I can see the first one, there's 5 days between the order date and the ship date. So I'm just going to put a 5 in here and see if the Power Query has picked up whether that is right or not. So it hasn't picked it up, so I have to give it another example. So the next one, there is 7 days between the ship date and the order date. I've put that in, and then it's figured out what I need to do. It's given me an example of the formula up there. I'm good with that, and I can just add that to my data set. So I'm just going to call this shipping time. I'm going to press OK, and then this will be put into my data set, which I can bring out to Excel. Just going to give you another couple of examples here because this is super useful and you can use it in ways you wouldn't think. The next column I want to build is I want a numeric code for my categories. So I've got 3 categories here. I've put in a numeric code, 1 for office supplies, 2 for furniture, and 3 for technology. But it looks like the model still might be a little bit confused what we're trying to do. So just need to fill it in a couple more for office supplies. So if I put a 1 here and then I put another 1 here, then it's realized what I want to do. And you can see the formula up there. Office supplies is 1, furniture is 2, technology is 3. I can then add this to the data set and I am good to go. And you can see that what's come out here is quite a complex formula. So the next thing I want to do is I want to encode the customer name. So I want to have the first character of the first name and then the last name. So I give 2 examples of that to columns from examples, and it quickly realizes that what it needs to do. Again, this is quite a difficult formula if you were going to write it yourself, but column from examples can formulate it quite easy when you give it a couple of examples. Next thing I want to do is just extract the brand from the product name, and that is pretty easy for the model to do. It just knows that this is text before delimiter. I'm going to call that brand and I'm going to add that to the data set. When you're finished creating columns from examples, just go to Home, close and load, and this will bring the data back out into Excel with the new formulas we've created, and this can be reused for the same data set the next month. Hope you found this useful. Follow for more.